Hey everybody, this is One of Wisdom. I just actually, I was having line problems. There was a lot of static, so I had to wait on a, playthrough file to save in Movie Maker. Still getting some actually. I don't know what the deal is, but I just finished the Team Charger rendition of Dodge Racing Charger versus Challenger. Very, very bad ending. I'm more than excited to be right here in Training Plus, something I know and love, and in particularly island cycling. Out of all the exercises on the game, activities, whatever you want to call them, soccer heading, basic run, obstacle course, skateboarding, Segway circuit, which I'm actually a pretty big fan of. I mean, island cycling it's awesome in my opinion. I know on Fit Game Forum, there's a lot of other people think the same way. It's just, the one that really stands out and people tend to play. It never gets old. You can always push yourself, go for, set your personal best. And when you do that, see where you rank against everybody and try to, top them or improve. It's a lot of fun, and it's unique to this. I know there's Cyber Bike. I don't think that was ever. I mean, you could buy it and import it, but I've never seen it in stores over here. I don't even know anyone with it. I've read posts, a couple people in Europe that have it, but the game itself on Cyber Bike I think was kind of cheesy, if I remember right. Here you just go through checkpoints. I mean, it's pretty awesome. I mean, island cycling, it's truly, if nothing else on Wii Fit Plus, I mean, I know people are going to want to do like snowball fight and maybe skateboarding or something. And of course, your friend will make you do bird's eye bullseye because you look like an idiot. But island cycling, you really need to play it if you can, just kind of get a feel for it. In particularly if you have a balance board, island cycling alone makes Wii Fit Plus worth the purchase price, which is marginal. I mean, $20 to begin with anyway. I'm saying all this now because later on when we do like the bigger runs, I'm not going to have as much commentary time. But 2.5 METs. Step on the Wii balance board to pedal. This will help work your lower body. All you're going to need is a Wiimote, which you're actually going to hold horizontally like you would, say, on New Super Mario Brothers. And, the balance board, of course, that's kind of like your pedals. There's Beginner, Advanced, Island View, Expert Course, and then Freeride Course. Each one offers up something a little bit different. As you can see, I 4-starred all of them. Made that a goal. It's been a while. I mean, when I first got my Dazzle, and the new computer, which wasn't, like sometime in June, I just checked. I was at the time I was recording with my camera pointing at the TV. So that's why I didn't upload much. But I would take screen caps actually with my camera. I could get a good still picture. But when you record, there's always that black line that just creeps its way up the TV. Which you don't have to worry about anymore. But last I checked, and I mean this is only, I don't think I'd compared it to Fit Game Forum, but I mean on Wii World Records, which that's really the best place to go. I mean there's probably other places people submit stuff, but had the world record on island cycling beginner course. I think on several of them. I mean, and I don't say like tied with 100 or something like on the walking test on your body test or something. I mean, the standalone world record. That's how much I enjoy this game and, push myself to play it often. Might be a little bit off just because I'm, standing at a weird angle so I can actually have the headset on. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And I do want to say I'm going to do this on all of them. I am not going to go my short routes. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of time, but I mean you can really fine-tune this thing and cut your lap times down a ton. And that's the challenge and what makes it enjoyable. So I'm not gonna do that because if I did that, then everyone would know the routes that I take, and then somebody dedicated could come and beat my personal best or the world record. It may not be the world record anymore. I know it was. So I mean, that right there should tell you it's a pretty good score. But I mean, if I go out and show the world the routes that I go, somebody can just Google this, find it on YouTube, and go reenact it, and then, you know, do it enough, and I'm sure you're gonna beat it, you know, by like 1/100th of a mile or something, and then that sucks for me, you know. So I'm just gonna do all of these leisurely, just for the sake of doing them on the playthrough. That'll give me more time to ramble. If you note, and again, I won't, you know, the other ones I'll get right to them, but if you note, my bike probably looks different than yours. When you play this, and you know, I don't think it even has to be, it's been so long I can't remember, but I think any course it might just be free ride, but you'll actually, the map will have gray areas, you know, like covered up, you can see through it, but it's like a, you know, block that kind of obscures your view of the color of the map and the terrain. You actually have to go, and I mean, like, to the farthest point on the beach and to the tallest point on the mountain, all through the, I mean, everywhere you have to unlock up by the lighthouse. And once you've done that, you actually get a new bike that's got different wheels. You know, people say it handles a little better. I don't know about that, but most noticeable change is the wheels and tires. The tires mainly because they've got like a white, you know, tread portion. But I just want to throw that out there. I know somebody's probably going to ask, like, whoa, your bike's different, what the heck? So that's how you do it. Just play this a lot, and, you know, do free course, free ride, go all over the island, just have fun exploring. There's all kinds of stuff you can do there. We'll get to that later, but as you can see, hold the Wii remote just like you would for NSMB, something like that. And again, let me stress, I'm not going for a world record here. I'm just going to leisurely go through the checkpoints. Maybe I do some in the order that I normally do, maybe I don't. I don't really want to blow my, you know, shortcuts, but I don't know why. Maybe, you know, it's just me and a couple other select people think this game is so great, but I mean, I really enjoy it. You know, the A button hits your bell, which that's important when you go for short routes because you can use the pets. You know, the 1 button is going to be zoom in on the map like you see there. 2, I think, is your front brake. Let me see. I know the D-pad, any way you push it, is a brake, and then the 2 button is the other brake. It should have said, but I wasn't paying attention. I think the 2 button, I'm pretty sure, is your front brake. Yeah, that's kind of like a real bike, or at least the bikes I ride. Let's see. Yeah, the front brake, you know, I mean, it's obviously it's going to stop a little better. Right there, you see the dog. I mean, just if this helps people out, I'll hit A, and he'll start to come to me, and then I'll tap A again, and he'll run to the checkpoint. And, well, he's supposed to. Apparently the rock was in the way the first time, but what's cool about that, obviously I didn't have to go that far. When I don't have to travel that distance, it saves distance. And that's a good thing when you're trying to beat your personal best, yada yada. And again, keep in mind, I mean, I can't say this enough, I am not going for a world record here. I've done that, you know, I usually record the back end of it, and yeah, I don't want to give away my routes, so I've gotten 3.06, which usually on a world record or on the halfway point, I think I'm like at 260-ish, something like that. Anyway, 2 button front brake stops pretty quick, and then as you can see, you slide a lot more with the rear brake. And then I'll go ahead, if you, a lot of people don't know this, but lift up on the Wii remote, you pop a wheelie. Of course, you can maintain it by pedaling, or you can just do it for the heck of it. Right here, this curb, you know, you kind of hit it, you know, and it just tosses your bike back. If you actually lift up when you get to the curb, you can hop it, which, again, it's little things like that. And trees, you run into a tree, you know, you stop. It's not like you can just pedal freely through everything. I mean, this one was going to kind of be like a tutorial type, basics 101, you know. But And really, it's such a short one, it's not going to matter anyway. But, you can't really go in the fountain. I know people ask all the time. I do think I uploaded a bridge jump. It's been a long time, but I'm pretty sure I did. There's a checkpoint, of course, the dog already got for us. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, but I mean, there's certain ways you can go and cut down distance, and just have fun with it. Keep playing, explore. You'll eventually figure out something for you, and I mean, it could blow what I do out of the water, and if that happens, let me know, and I will see if I can beat it. Which is really sad. I hadn't played this. It's probably the longest I've gone without playing it, just because I've been trying to finish the playthrough. Like I would essentially come in here, and where I would play this every night, on the basic run and a little bit of yoga, everything, my crunches, I basically just kind of do what I'm recording, but I'm hopeful to get this done. If you ever do get tired, like say on the free run, you can stop. It's not going to hurt anything. There's no time kept on this, which really kind of sucks, because I mean, there is on the free run, but if they had a timer, I mean, that would make it even better. If I could do this in .395, that was a world record, and do it the quickest in, like, say, 59 seconds. I mean, it's just one more thing to shoot for. One of the cool things on the free run is it actually shows your odometer. I can't tell you how helpful that would be when you're like planning the shortest route, because essentially what you have to do is make pass 1, see what your mileage was, and then make pass 2 and see what your mileage was, and then see whether you improved or regressed, and then adjust accordingly. But anyway, when you clear them all, the big deal lights up. You can see the finish line. The finish line's always right here, at least in the basic ones. But you can send the dog through. This is a one checkpoint. You do that, it doesn't matter, because the dogs can't clear it. It actually has to be you. I mean, they can go across, it doesn't register. But it's going to say goal, and then it'll give you your distance, whether you 4-starred it or not. So we got a .821, shortcut champion, 4-star. Again, the first time you play it, you're probably not going to do that well, but I mean, it doesn't take long. You just practice it, and it's such a... Again, I may be in the minority here with a couple other people, but I mean, it's an awesome game. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's like some people like Star Wars, some people don't. I mean, I like island cycling, and always will. I mean, I've played this basically every time I've had it on. That's how much I like it. I mean, I don't do it incessantly. I'll usually do like one lap. If I do beginner, I might go twice. If I get really close to a record and I've changed something, I might go again. But it's an awesome game. Never yet has gotten old to me. The controls are great. It's a nice hybrid between like walking and running, and it just adds a lot to it. With the pets and the checkpoints and where they're hit. And that you can get your distance recorded, everything. We'll see where that ranks. Obviously, nowhere near the top. It's been so long since I played, I don't remember what constitutes a 4-star rank, but I mean, an 821, it might be under a mile. It might be under like 8.5. It might be under 9. I'm not real sure, but we got an 821. My personal best is a 628. Which again, that was a Wii World record not long ago. It may be still, it may not be, I don't really know. Since I've been doing the playthrough on this and some of the other stuff, I haven't really checked regularly, but I mean, look, I mean, it's 28, 29, 30, 32, 36, 41, 44, 45. I mean, they're all pretty close. That's if you slide too much downhill on accident, that's the difference between like a 627 and a 640. Is how minuscule it is. And to me, that just adds to the challenge. And again, maybe I'm weird. Maybe it's just, like I said, me and a small sect of people, that really enjoy this one. But I mean, like I said, it's never gotten old. I still love the game. Still play it all the time. Look forward to it every time I'm on. And that's all fast. It's not beginner only. It's, I mean, all of them. But anyway, back to this. Okay, obviously this is going to be hinging upon, I mean, I could crank this out in like a minute and a half, or if you're just cruising the island for the heck of it, you can wind up spending 20 minutes on this. I mean, realistically, that's not going to happen on beginner if you go for the checkpoints only. You know, maybe like 8 minutes at the most, but you know, bottom line is the longer you pedal around the island, the more calories you burn. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it. That's what'll be part 2-1. I'm actually going to make a separate playthrough for each of them. You know, that way it'll just keep them nice and in order for everybody. I think that's the way to do it. But again, I was so disappointed with the way Dodge Racing ended. It's awesome to be back and do this. I think I'll go ahead and do part 2-2, which will be the advanced circuit. But if you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask here or the blog. What I'll do is once I complete probably the basics, I'll stick them on there in a blog entry, and then I'll do like the free run as a separate post, which people really get competitive on that. I kind of tend to stick more to these early ones, but there's a pretty active competition on the you know, free ride. But like I said, questions, comments, feel free to ask here, the blog, whatever works best for you. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you for Training Plus Island Cycling Part 2-2.